It is the start of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offseason, and the team has signed 13 total players to futures contracts. This means that these players will be on the Buccaneers team throughout the offseason going into training camp and further. The players are as follows: tackle Dylan Cook, cornerback Don Gardner, wide receiver Kaylon Geiger, defensive tackle Mike Greene, tackle Grant Hermanns, running back Patrick Laird, cornerback Duron Lowe, outside linebacker Hamilcar Rashed, tackle Justin Skule, outside linebacker Charles Snowden, safety Nolan Turner, tight end David Wells, and defensive lineman Will Previlon. These are all players that were on the Buccaneers practice squad at one point or another, if not throughout the entirety of this season for the team. In fact, I believe pretty much all of these guys were on the practice squad at the end of the season, per Greg Auman of Fox Sports. And there's definitely some interesting names there that have been with the Buccaneers going all the way back to training camp and whatnot. You know, guys like Kaylon Geiger, I think, are really interesting. Mike Greene, Patrick Laird was with the Bucs all the way back to the rookie minicamp. He was actually a little bit of the first kind of mentor to Rachaad White, fun fact, whenever I had White here on the channel before the start of the season. Justin Skule has been on and off the practice squad and active roster. Charles Snowden is a young developmental pass rusher. Nolan Turner, a young developmental safety. Don Gardner, friend of the channel, just interviewed him recently here on the show. And Will Previlon, another interesting young defensive player as well. And then you have some other guys who can do some interesting things there along the offensive line, cornerback, outside linebacker, tight end, things along those lines. Now, I will say, again, Greg Auman of Fox Sports says here that the only three guys who did not sign futures contracts are all veterans. So quarterback Ryan Griffin, wide receiver Tyler Johnson, and outside linebacker Ifedi Odenigbo. So these are all guys that could be re-signed at some point. It would not be very surprising at all, and I'm not necessarily sure how that works for veterans players and things along those lines, but it is still a very interesting thing to notice there. We'll see if those guys do re-sign at some point. But, again, very happy with all these young guys' development and what they've been able to do throughout the year. Obviously, the Buccaneers think the same thing. We'll see what these guys' roles are moving forward, battling for backup spots in the future and whatever holds for them going forward. So very interesting stuff here, folks. Let me know what you guys think about these futures contracts signings. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on these. Are there any players that really stick out to you? Again, in my opinion, guys like Don Gardner, Kaylon Geiger, Mike Greene, Patrick Laird, Justin Skule, Charles Snowden, Nolan Turner. Those are all guys, and Will Previlon are all guys that I think, are some pretty interesting names to think about there, and could be battling for some backup spots later on down the line of the offseason. So again, folks, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Now I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.